Look at the top. Let's have some blind.
That is one big pile of shit.
Well, if Jeff Goldblum has not given us enough godly advice as it is, Snow White has been out for just about 2 weeks now, and it is a flop of flops. In fact, it's going to be a lot worse than even I projected. Let's take a look-see. Dragon Ball Evolution is one of the worst movies that I have ever had the displeasure of watching, and that's because I just love Dragon Ball Z so much. But even that got an IMDb rating of a 2.5. How do you mess that up so bad? Well, clearly it's not that hard. But obviously all the backlash from Rachel Zegler, and even still her cope just doesn't fucking...
Everyone who hates when I win, I can only hope that despite my flaws, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
No, they won't. They won't ever again. You are lucky if you're going to get cast on Broadway, Rachel, from now on. That's it. There's no second chance for you. Sure, I can try to give this girl the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe one day, 5, 10, 15 years from now, if she's still able to get an acting gig again, that she might even be able to learn from her lessons and learn from her mistake. But honestly, I don't think this is going to happen. Let me know in the comment section below. Has Rachel Zegler learned her lesson? Is she going to be anything like she was during this premiere? Now, depending on how far you want to believe this, apparently, even Disney employees and producers have had enough. Disney is reportedly in the talks to stop making live-action remakes after this disaster, and pause productions on everything else. I don't know, Rachel. Would it happen to be all of the comments that you made about your co-star and her personal and political beliefs? Or would it happen to be the ungodly ratio that you got when this trailer first premiered? That is historically bad. Not to mention, honestly, one of the worst parts about this movie was Gal Gadot, who was just horribly miscast. Aside from everything else, this is always going to be Disney's mess up. This movie should not ever have been made, and they should have put a muzzle on Rachel Zegler from the beginning. Because Disney didn't, they had to send a producer out there to fly halfway across the country. It wasn't even halfway across the country, it was on the other side of the country. Even after to respond, somebody said, your dad flew to New York City to reprimand a young actress. Any words on this? And yeah, I don't give this guy any issues. He's sticking up for his dad to deal with his stupid fucking employee who couldn't keep her mouth shut. And ultimately, not only did this movie being a successful flop as it was, a lot of people worked on this, probably thousands of people, and Lord only knows what's going to be happening still and the repercussions to come from it. Smash that like button if you thought Disney's Snow White remake was an absolute disaster, like I did. I think this is going to be now a big focal point, because if Disney's not going to learn their lesson on giving us good quality movies, and they're just going to go after our childhood more, then this is going to go after their wallets. And honestly, I'm glad. I feel bad for all the people that put in hard work on this that unfortunately had to suffer due to Rachel Zegler's own ignorance. And yes, I will say also, Disney is ultimately to blame for giving us such a horrible movie as well. These live adaptations that they keep doing over and over again just aren't working. They're not good at all. These are things that Disney might honestly finally learn. And I think this is finally a nail in the coffin. I had my own speculations of how much money exactly Snow White was going to lose, but it looks like it's going to be far worse than even I thought. Back in July of the good old year 2022, they were already at $183 million just for the production value of Snow White alone. Due to setbacks and potential cuts of they were going to have to blow the budget up even more. In December of 2023, they were at $269 million for Disney's Snow White flop. So if my math is correct, and it never is, my eyes aren't what they used to be, it brings a total cost of around $300 million alone. That means this movie would need to make over $700 million just to break even, and that absolutely did not happen. Well, at the time of me recording this video, let's see what these box office numbers are doing, shall we?
Yes.
You bald-headed demon.
This ultimately comes down to the biggest point that Disney has never understood. Everything woke just turns to shit. Not even the wokeness aspect of it. It's the simple things of what happens when your actors, producers, your storytellers decide to go against the fans, go against the source material. This is what's going to happen. You're going to have the biggest flop of 2025, and I'm calling it right now, which is going to be Disney's Snow White. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of Disney's failure of Snow White.
Sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
And as always, until we meet again.